All right, it's Melanie Fisher here from Penney and Associates Injury Lawyers, and today I'm with Stuart Galbraith. And Stuart, the question of the day is, what am I entitled to in a vehicle accident where I was not at fault?
Okay, Melanie. So this is a pretty standard question in my line of work. If there's a motor vehicle accident, you're the victim of a motor vehicle accident, you're entitled to recover generally three things. You're entitled to recover your reasonable and necessary medical bills. You're entitled to recover for your time that you missed from work, so your lost wages. And last but certainly not least, you're entitled to recover what we call non-economic damages of pain and suffering, emotional distress, fear, anxiety, disruption in your life, how it has affected you. These are the three general areas that you're entitled to recover. To do that, you have to prove it's a tort action for negligence. You have to prove that the other driver was negligent, that negligence caused you to suffer these damages. And then you have to actually prove the damages. So it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's still pretty straightforward. The medical bills, if I break it down a little bit, the medical bills that you can recover would be what was actually paid or what is actually owed, as opposed to what was actually billed. So it's a big change in California. Since 2011, a California Supreme Court case changed the law in that regard. So, for example, if you go to the emergency room and you receive a $5,000 bill from the local emergency room, and you submit that, or that's submitted to your health insurance, let's say it's Blue Shield or United Healthcare or Cigna, they're going to have a contracted rate with that hospital, and they're going to adjust off, for easy math, $3,000. So there's $2,000 that they would actually pay, less any copays or deductibles. What you would be able to recover would be $2,000 in your personal injury case, not the $5,000 that was billed. So it's an oversimplification, but that's generally what we have to look at in every single case that we handle. Then the wage loss is what you can prove. It's a little bit interesting because you could, people, depending on their job and how they're paid, they could be on a salary, they could use sick time, they could use vacation time, personal time off, PTO. That's okay. You still get to recover your effective hourly rate for time missed from work because of your injuries or your pain, or to attend medical appointments. So if you keep track of, I go to the physical therapist, it takes me an hour and a half to get there, do my physical therapy to get back to work, you get to recover for that hour and a half. Even if you use sick time or vacation time, that's a collateral source in California. It's not admissible. So we get to recover. So there's some simple math in the end of what your effective hourly rate is multiplied by how many hours you missed from work because of the accident to attend or because of your injuries. Where it gets tricky in California is when you're self-employed. Because you still have the burden to prove, even though the accident wasn't your fault, you're the victim, someone else caused you to miss time from your work because you're self-employed, you still have the burden to prove what you've missed out on, and that can be difficult. So it's a documentation thing and what we can prove. And then I'm kind of breaking these down. So we've talked about medical bills, wage loss. The last would be the non-economic damages of pain and suffering. That is basically what kind of, as the name implies, the pain and suffering, emotional stress, how it affected your life. And the way we evaluate that, it's really an art form. It's not based in science or math. We could ask 100 people what your case is worth. We could literally get 100 different answers, and none of them are incorrect. Some may not be correct, but none are going to be incorrect. That makes any sense. But I basically look at each case on a case-by-case basis. I look at the severity of the impact, the nature of the injuries, the type of treatment, how long it takes you to recover, the amount of your medical bills, your wage loss, and how your day-to-day life was affected. And then again, going back to that art part or experience of doing this for many years, you come up with a range for what's reasonable and what a jury might award. And then you put all those things together, the medical bills, the wage loss, the pain and suffering, you come up with a range, and that's what your vehicle cases or your motor vehicle accident case is worth.
So you probably absolutely love it when people are really good at keeping records and documenting everything.
Being able to document your claim, especially on the medical bills and wage loss side of it, is very, very, very important. Absolutely.
Yeah. I know that's one of people's favorite questions. Oh yeah, how much is my injury worth? And it's so complex. So, all right. Well, thanks for outlining all that.
Absolutely. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you, Stuart.